Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say you with attitude, super duper morning show. We got a special guest joining us in the building. You hear her voice in the background. It's none other than Miss Chanti. Hey, Chanti.
Hey, how we doing today?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm great. Happy to be here.
Yes, good to have you here. Happy New Year to you again.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you, all the people listening. Happy New Year, St.Maarten.
Yes, and it's been a wonderful year, 2024, and for you especially, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Definitely one of my biggest years, highlight years.
Now, before we get into what you've been, what happened to you in 2024, let's talk about what you've been doing.
Yeah,
in 2024, and actually before that, because you don't live here anymore. You're originally from St.Maarten.
Yes,
you're born here, but you've been living in South Korea.
South Korea. Yeah.
That's far.
That's very far. About 26 hours. My flight's gonna be in a few hours.
Okay.
So. Yeah, I mean, I've been living in South Korea for like a year officially, a year and a half, but I've been going back and forth for like 4 years now.
Okay.
Yeah, I signed a publishing deal there back in 2020, and then last year I signed an even bigger publishing deal as our team moved on to a bigger company. So now, yeah, this is where we are now.
I was going to ask, how does a girl from St.Maarten end up in South Korea?
Right. I mean, I asked myself the same question. I don't really know how that happened, but like, I mean, it all came from just a lot of networking. When I lived in Holland, I also lived in the Netherlands, and I went to every event, every audition possible, every show I was in there. My face was there, and then from there I met the right people, and they were like, "Hey, you ever did K-pop?" I was like, "I have no idea what that is, but sure, let's go, let's try it."
Yeah.
And I tried it, and it was so fun. It was like I met some of the most talented people, and then they invited me to Korea. And I literally called my mom and my dad and was like, "What do you think? I should go Korea next month?"
And they're like, "Where?"
Yeah, and they're tired of me, so they're like, "Okay, go do it." And I was like, "Okay." And I literally went to Korea, and then that was history. Like, I met my team, and yeah, now we all write songs together.
Wow.
And yeah.
So I'm sure you've met some big K-pop groups and individuals as well.
Yeah, definitely. They come in, they record by our studio. Our CEO, he's like a legend in the industry and stuff, so they come to record by him. And yeah, so I'm very blessed to be surrounded by all these people. Yeah.
How's the language barrier? Because I know in some K-pop songs you do hear some English here and there.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the language, how has that been for you?
That's my goal this year. So next time I come on the radio, I can speak some Korean with you guys.
Okay. how do you say like hello, like some basic stuff?
안녕하세요.
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 안녕하세요. Okay. All right.
안녕하세요. Yeah.
How do you say chicken leg and Johnny cake?
My chicken leg and Johnny cake. 안녕하세요, chicken leg and Johnny cake. That's how you say it. Done.
Okay. All right. So tell us some of the artists that you've met, along the way while being in Korea.
Yeah, I mean, I met a lot of huge people. Because I was living in St.Maarten at first while writing, I wasn't able to like go to the sessions with them and help them record. But last year I got to do all of that. That was so cool. So I got to like go to their concert for the first time and actually see like all these people singing the songs that we wrote like in the studio. So like they take us backstage, we meet the artists, we like often help them with recording the songs. Even though like they translated to Korean, I still know like how to sing. So I like help them with like how to sing a little bit. But yeah, so those are the things that I do. Like I've met a lot of really, really cool people through it, and a lot of great writers as well. That's for me like even cooler and even more of a blessing is that like I got to meet writers that I was like, well, I never thought I would meet you, especially not in Korea, like but everybody trying to get to Korea right now.
Okay, yeah, K-pop is growing really, really, really big.
Yeah, it's huge right now.
Yeah. So. What about choreography? Because I know K-pop, the artists love to dance. Do you do choreography as well, or you just stick to the writing?
I stick to the writing, but I started out with dancing, so like they have really big dance studios there. So I go there, and that's like my way of like being creative in a different way. But I don't help them with the dancing. They got that down packed. They're good.
Now, besides the language barrier, what was one of the biggest things you had to adjust to when you moved to Korea?
I mean, if we're being honest, I look very different.
Yeah, okay, right. That's one.
I look very different, so like I had to get used to like being different,
standing out, basically,
out in a place like that, and then of course like everything is different. Like I can't read like I'm learning, but I can't read the signs.
True.
The signs is also the language is written differently, you know. So there's so many things for me to like adjust to, culture-wise, language-wise. But I think like that's a very great thing for me.
So I'm sure day one when you landed in Korea, your anxiety had to be like.
It's weird, but no. My anxiety was like down, and my excitement was like, woo!
Let's go. Apata.
Yeah, exactly. Like literally, I got there, like I was welcomed so warmly. They pick us up in a nice SUV. And thing. My first time going there, so I was like, oh my gosh, I could get used to this.
Okay.
This is great.
All right, but they do speak English.
They speak English, and they're like so welcoming, like, and they're very like, I feel just very at home there somehow, you know, like, and the culture is somehow a little similar to Caribbean culture, as in like respect, like how we respect our elders, like how we say good afternoon, like it's the same thing, it's just like in a different language. They just like very much about respect and like treating other people with
Well, what about the food? I'm sure food had to be get adjusted to that too.
Yes, but the food is like top tier. I think you guys would like it too. Yeah, it's fire. But like it's like a lot of barbecue. Korean barbecue. I know we have a Korean barbecue place.
In Simpson Bay too, right?
Yeah. So I still have to try that one. But like so like Korean barbecue. But for me it was hard because like I don't eat a lot of pork. So like I'm a fish girl. I'm a like go to the French side and have my fried fish every day type of girl. So like that part I had to get used to. But like it's just it's so different. But in a great way. So I've grown a lot just from that, you know.
Let's talk about some of your accomplishments that you experienced in 2024.
I mean, wow, where do I guess for me the biggest highlight was like going top I got number 6 on the top 25 K-pop albums of the year, and that was by Billboard. And Billboard is such a like huge accolade to like, you know, achieve. So for me, that was like a huge highlight that they even knew our song or knew who we were. You know, that was huge.
What was the song, by the way, or the album, I should say?
So the song was called Midnight Flower. And it was by a group called Triple S. And so they released an album with a song that we wrote like earlier in the year. And so that was also cool because usually it takes a while sometimes for people to buy your song, but it was like very immediate. And so that became like one of the top albums this year or 2024. On top of it, my company gifted me with my first plaque. I got some plaques before, but I actually got the physical plaque. Yeah, I got the plaque now. So that was like, wow. Like I was like, that was a kid inside of me that was like, oh my God.
This is something you've dreamed about, you know?
Like so long. I used to watch all the documentaries, all the like, you know, Beyonce stuff of her like with a plaque and stuff. So I was like, this is what I need.
And it's not just any ordinary plaque. This is the diamond plaque.
Yes. I went diamond. So that means 3 times platinum.
3 times platinum.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that was like, I didn't even know, like, you know, that was possible in a way. Like, I feel like when we come from the Caribbean, we often think, like, we limit ourselves a little bit or think with a limiting belief. But that just made me realize that, like, it's like an advantage being from the Caribbean. Like, it made me different. It made me able to be, like, you know, to actually achieve these things. So
where's the plaque right now?
So it's in Korea.
Okay.
It's in Korea in my studio. I have a studio in Korea, Studio 6. And so, it's in my studio in Korea. And hopefully I can do some pictures with it, you know.
Okay.
And you guys can see that.
All right. You've also been featured in Cosmopolitan magazine.
Yes, with my team. We were all in the Cosmopolitan magazine. So that was awesome. They featured The Hub. That's who I'm with. A bunch of talented songwriters, producers. And like we kind of, you know, we about to take over the K-pop scene or maybe even the Western scene as well. So they did a feature on us, and that was also like a mind-blowing moment.
What goes through your mind when you're writing a song? Like, I mean, do you think of topics, stuff that you've been through, stuff that's popular in maybe Korea? Like, what's your mojo? What gets you writing?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many different ways. It depends how I feel in. I feel like I do it a lot off of feeling, and I'm a melody first type of girl, so I like start with like a melody, and I feel like a melody is a feeling. So like it's really like if that day I feel sad, then sometimes I even write the opposite. I write a happy song because I'm sad because I need to feel that feeling.
Yeah.
And then like oftentimes it is a job, so they give us briefs and they tell us like what they're looking for. We want a Afrobeat song that have this with this, or we want a pop song like Justin Bieber, and then like I have to kind of channel like what that would sound like if like someone in Korea would do a Justin Bieber type of song, you know, or sometimes they want something trendy like that will work well on TikTok, and so we have to think like, okay, what would the dance be? And that's when the choreography comes in. We in the studio dancing like, okay, what would it be like if you have to make it trend on TikTok?
And like you said, you usually do this off of a melody, so sometimes you do it without even a beat, without any music.
No, we get a beat.
Oh, so you get a beat.
We always get the beat. So we have producers in the team, so they always like give us a beat. So like that's a starting point.
So that helps, at least.
Yeah. But sometimes we could start just like writing it ourselves, but most of the time we just come in. Our A&Rs, who are like the artisan repertoire, they come in, they let us know like what people are looking for right now, or they say like, hey guys, just vibe out and make something that you want to make. And then we come with this magic out of our heads.
Now, have you ever written something you're like, I don't think, I'm not feeling it, but then it ends up blowing up bigger than you expect?
Oftentimes.
Most of the time, right?
Yeah, that happens a lot where I'm like, I don't know, you guys really think this one is the one? And then boom, that one gets cut immediately, or like is bought immediately. So that's why I would say like, don't hold anything back, don't hold anything in your archives, just put it all out there, send an email, because you never know like who will like it. We all have different tastes.
Now all of this sounds very exciting, you know, from traveling and writing and all of that stuff, but there's a business behind it as well, which you have to be very, very, you know, on your P's and Q's. So you want to remind people that, you know, the glitz and glamour is nice. That's a nice side of this business, but you have to make sure that your management, your business, everything is on point
in order
as well.
So there's so many things, like first of all your copyright, making sure you got your copyright in order and that you even understand what that is. Then, you know, there's so many companies that represent us and that help us to like actually earn money from this, because at the end of the day, like, it is a job, and it's fun, but you want to make money from it, and that's so important. Like, so, you know, getting signed up with a PRO, which is a performance rights organization, who collects all the royalties for you when it comes to like streaming online, and then, you know, a publisher would collect those physical sales, which is really like important too. So making sure you got a publisher that represents you, like a manager is not always mandatory, but it helps you to like just focus on the creative side. But of course you want to be careful with like who is running your business, you know, and like, do they have your best interest at heart? And that's something that unfortunately we just have to like feel out and get hurt and then understand like what it is.
And when it comes to negotiations and payments and stuff, you get that in won, they call it won?
Yeah, so I mean,
I watch Squid Game, so I believe that's what the what the currency is, right?
Yeah, I mean, I live in Korea, so Korean won, yes. So I get paid in Korean won, but like, I mean, if you're from St.Maarten, then you're Dutch, so then you would be signed up with a Dutch PRO usually, so you also get paid in euros. So that's important for any artist listening, that like you can sign up for like a very small amount of money and get the Dutch PRO organization to like collect all your streams around the world, and they'll pay you in euros.
Okay, all right. I was just wondering, you know, if WIB would be like, what's a won coming in? Like,
not with this one.
Okay, all right. Now, you write for other artists, but you also still write for yourself, because you are an artist at the end of the day.
I am an artist, but like I took a break on that for a while, but then I performed at Heineken, and that just like revived the artist in me, you know. I was just like, yes, immediately I wanna do this. So so that's why I started releasing some stuff on Instagram, and it was doing well. So I was like, you know what, let me do this again.
All right, so you have a song here, and it's called Corazon, right?
Corazon.
All right, tell us a little bit about this song.
All right, so this was actually a freestyle that I did in Korea in my little studio. I said, hey, I want to try something for myself. Just vibe out, just enjoy life. And so I wrote Corazon from the heart. It gives a little like Afro-Cuban vibes, actually, because I was obsessed with the Afro-Cuban music for a second. And so, I released a video on Instagram. Hey Chanti is my Instagram, and you can check it out there and on SoundCloud. And this is Corazon.
All right,
ready?
So let's get into it right here, right now. Here's Corazon on Laser 101, the station with the attitude. We're here with Miss Chanti. Yes, she's heading back to Korea today, but she just stopped by and let us know, give us an update on what's going on with her. But let's get into the new song. It's called Corazon. All right, Laser 101.
Keeping it fresh.
Just call me up, warm you up. Boy, do yourself a favor. Come taste some of this flavor that I got. I know exactly what you want. Tonight, I'll be your corazón.
Hold on there. Somebody say pull That's right. Tonight she'll be your corazon. Sounds of Chanti right here on Laser 101 station with the attitude. I like it.
Yeah,
nice.
Thank you.
All right. So like I said, you're a writer, you're an artist as well. So what do you like more? Just being behind the scenes, doing the writing, or at the end of the day, like I said, you started off as an artist. Maybe you still want to, get out there, get your voice out there, your face out there and everything. Yeah.
Honestly, it's like the same. I feel like low-key songwriting is like my heart, but like I love performing, so that's where like the artist side comes out. But like I can't choose between the two, so that's why I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna do both, and like keep pushing my songwriting, and that's opening so many doors for me. So like it's bound to work.
Okay. All right. Now, speaking about work, if there's anybody out there that's serious and wants to, connect with you and work with you, how can they do that?
I mean, reach out to me. I mean, I'm on all social media platforms as Hey Chanti. And, send me an email, but let's be serious, guys. Let's take it serious. Have an actual beat ready or an actual vision for what you want to do. And I'm also open to just like talking and connecting and like helping people understand like how to actually like make this a business, because I feel like that's so important, that like we don't constantly think that like it's just a hobby, like, and we're gonna have to have a side job all our lives. Like you don't need to have that, like, this can be your thing. So I really wanna push that. So you can always reach out to me. You can do it on Instagram or on my email, which is on my Instagram.
All right. And how does the family feel about this? Because you come from a family of, musicians and music as well. Your dad, he's a singer. Shout out to Elton one time.
Shout out Elton.
Your sister Z also.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, so because of that, I grew up in a very creative home, a very open home, where they were like, okay, like you want to do this, then like take it serious though, but go ahead and do it. So like I was very blessed to have their support through all of this. Even when I said, hey guys, I gonna move to Korea on the whole other side of the world, they were like, why is she doing this again? But yes, go for it, So I'm blessed to have my sister, my dad, my mom always like constantly pouring love and support into me with this. And I would say that to any parents that may be listening, like your child just needs your support, and they're going to make it because of your support. Like so like I did a little sad that I live so far, but they've been really supportive with
what's the time difference actually?
It's 13 hours.
13 hours.
13 hours, yeah.
Wow.
And then when it's like LA time and everything, it's just like
it's like almost a day, basically different.
Exactly. So we be going through it, but
you're making it work.
We're making it work.
And it's been working. 2024 was a very successful year for you, and I'm sure 2025 will be no different and beyond. So keep up the great work, Chanti.
Thank you so much, Super. Thanks for having me.
Yes, it was a pleasure having you here, and keep up the great work. Like I said, make sure you check her out on all social media platforms. Her new freestyle Corazon, she has a YouTube video out as well, so you can check it out and keep on supporting Chanti in what she does. Before you leave, one more question of the day. When is your cutoff date for telling people Happy New Year?
My birthday, Loki, because my birthday is right
birthday
after.
Just passed.
Yeah. So it's January 2nd. It just feels like awkward every time people like,
oh wow,
happy New Year, happy birthday, happy New Year, happy birthday. I don't know, and then so I just like, you know what, I'm done.
You're done.
I'm done.
All right, so your cutoff is already
I'm cut off now.
All right,
but happy New Year, everybody.
Thank you, Chanti, and safe flight.
Thank you.
I know it's gonna be a long one.
It's gonna be very long,
but safe flight, and hope to see you back again Soon.
Very soon.
All right. She said very soon. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say she with the attitude. We got birthdays coming up next, so stay tuned.